Howdy y'all, Tex here. So, I kind of been looking into this YouTube a little bit more. Actually looking at the analytics on these videos, stuff like that. Y'all seem to really enjoy stories and basically real life stuff about trucking, the reality of trucking videos that I put in that Tech School one where I was actually working on the truck, where I showed y'all how I pulled the stuff off. That was all doing real well. So I know I yammer on, and that's just the way I always been. I like to talk. So the story videos keep y'all pretty engaged. And that being said, I spent about 5 years doing security, and I worked for an outfit up there in Pennsylvania when I did security, and I came back to Texas. I did security for a while at a couple places. I did outfit up in Pennsylvania I did security for. I did a lot of movie set security because I lived around the Pittsburgh area down there in southwest Pennsylvania, and they still do it to my knowledge. They had a lot of tax incentives for people to go ahead and film movies there. So yeah, they're filming blockbuster movies there or whatever. Probably, I'll tell you what's an interesting one, and I'll tell you something, just interesting fact. I have never actually watched any of the movies that I did security on or for. When I went to work for them, the very first movie that they assigned me to go and do security at was, I guess they just call it Zack and Miri now, but the entire title of the movie is Zack and Miri Make a Porno. And I have yet to see it. It's supposed to be a real funny movie. Everybody tells me, oh, you get to see that movie. Well, I don't really care, you know. But I worked down there, and they shot in, well, not some of the best parts of town for some of the scenes in that video, but you know, I really had a lot of fun during my time there. But one thing I can tell you, and I think it was, now I don't remember, I can't remember which one it was, but I was filming, or they had a set basically in a pretty not so great part of town, so to speak. They weren't out there doing anything. As a matter of fact, it was some kind of basically some sort of outside scene. Basically, I was just at an old school where they had equipment trailers out there. So all I was doing was watching equipment. Nobody was working or anything. But a little funny story for you is I'm sitting out there, and a couple of, I don't know, 8 or 10-year-old kids, something like that, you know, just going around looking to cause trouble. I was just sitting in my car just watching them, like, well, they're not messing with equipment. I don't care. They're just, yeah. He found one of these 5-gallon jugs of water, you know, like in a water cooler. And I don't believe it was full. I can't remember, because it may have had some in it or something. I don't know where they got it. I don't know what they did. But they went to rolling it down the stairs, you know. And now, when we're doing this, it was cold out. Matter of fact, I think there was a little bit of snow on the ground. And I started my car up to warm up. And as soon as I started my car up, them kids ran away. They didn't know what to think about it. It was funny. And then, you know, I had they made a movie called Sorority Row. And it was a remake of one that was made in the 80s. And it had, the only one I know for a fact was in it was Rumor Willis. Now, Rumor Willis is Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter. Didn't know who she was. I'm just out there. At this particular time, I was doing security for basically the talent trailers, you know. So, actresses, actors, things like that. Anyhow, I worked night shift, and I was getting off, and one morning, Anyway, I was just making my last rounds, and out come this gal from a trailer, and she was far too bubbly for it to be in the morning. In my opinion, you shouldn't have that much energy in the morning, but she was happy. And she's like, "Hi, I'm Rumor. How are you?" I'm like, "I'm fine." I didn't have any idea who she was, and finished making my rounds, and I went home, and I wound up finding out who she was in the end of it. And I said, "Oh, well, that was pretty neat." That's pretty much the only like star encounter I had, if there was such a thing. She was a nice girl. I tell y'all, our security was fun. I had some neat experiences doing that. I had a couple other stories. I'm gonna save them. This video's already too long. Most of y'all probably clicked off by now anyway. If you made it to the end, hey, thanks. Anyhow, y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all later.